Hey, how's it going guys? Rookie Summer here, and today I've come back in time to play Banshee for the very first time. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Feeling lonely? Come down to Lost Souls. We'll craft you a companion from your wildest dreams.
Alright, it's been a hot minute since I've done one of these videos. For those who are unfamiliar, this is the video series where I play a frame for the very first time. More often than not, I know next to nothing about the frame. You're going to get my live reactions, I'm going to give you my opinion of the frame, then we're going to time skip, rank it up, get the advice from chat on the stream, the weekly stream, and then we're going to have final thoughts. I'm very excited. I am because it's been a minute and we're playing Banshee. I just have a very vague recollection of what Banshee's about. Stealth mapes, and I'm seeing like Sonic stuff, which is kind of interesting. She's already fashioned. You know what? I'm not gonna equip anything yet because I don't know what we're gonna need. I know what we're gonna need. So let's just jump in. Let's check the abilities. Oh, okay. I just tweaked. I look at her helmet and I go, it reminds me of something, like something predatorial, something alien-like. It reminds me of the alien exoskeletons from Independence Day. That's what it is. It's like that mixed a little bit with the xenomorphs from Alien. I really quite like it. It's scary, it's a little bit sexy, and I'm ready to check out what the passive is. Weapon noises are hushed so that enemies cannot hear them. Oh, so just straight up. Okay, that's pretty good. So I don't need to put Hush on my Kuva, Chakur, or Brahma anymore. Sonic Boom. Banshee emits a sonic shockwave, that pushes targets in range with enough force to incapacitate or kill attackers. Enormous if true. You love to see. If it's, like, I like the idea of incapacitate, because then you can just blep, 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 you know? Not dissimilar, I guess, to Ivara's sleep, right? Which I'm really enjoying right now, especially in defense. I wouldn't have thought that I'd favor a stealth frame in defense, but I'm loving Ivara in defense, especially with a team. Lots of fun. Okay, sonar. Using acoustic location, Banshee's sonar power finds and tracks enemies, exposes critical weak spots to everyone in your squad. Okay, I was gonna say, like, that doesn't seem really useful at all, but critical weak spots, that I'm interested about. Okay, we'll see how it plays out, see how useful it is, but I'm ready for that. Okay, silence. Using silence surrounds Banshee in an aura that stuns enemies and will limit their perceptions and tactical response to gunfire and Warframe attacks. So is this like stealth without going invisible? Is she a non-invisible stealth frame? That's a really interesting concept. So what is the theory that you physically stay out of line of sight and her abilities just help with everything else? Okay, we'll see how this plays out. I'm expecting this to maybe be finicky. What I hear around the traps is, like, not a lot of people love Ivara. Sorry, not Ivara, Banshee. I love Ivara. Listen, I got Ivara on the brain because she's all I've been playing lately. Let's move on. What else have we got? Soundquake. Channeling all of her acoustic energy into the environment, Banshee uses ultrasonic reverberations to violently shake the ground. It's a drain ability. Does that mean it's a toggle? Or you hold it maybe? I guess we'll find out. This strikes me as possibly like the 2.0 upgrade to Sonic Boom, but we'll see how we go. Okay, let's check the tips. Banshee's passive suppresses all of hers and her robotic companion's weapons, offering a unique advantage in stealth situations. Yeah, this is a really interesting concept. I wasn't expecting this. When I think stealth, when I heard that she was a stealth frame, I'm thinking, oh, she's got like at least one invisibility ability, right? She'd have to, but I guess not. So this could be a more of a, like, an active stealth gameplay sort of thing. All right, we'll see how we go. Sonic Boom sends enemies flying. You love to see it. I do. Look, I love the Yeetus. I'm a big fan of the Yeetus, which is why I like Kuva weapons. So I'm excited to yeet with sound. And deals impact damage to those caught in the wave. Cast it on enemies near cliffs to send them. Sonic Fracture is an augment mod for Sonic Boom that temporarily reduces enemy armor. You love to see it. Enemies stunned by silence are affected by the stealth bonus for the duration of the stun. Does it effectively, like, re-stealth us? I'm unsure, but I'm interested. I'll tell you what. Savage Silence is an augment mod for silence that greatly increases finisher damage while the ability is active. Yeah, alright. Okay, I think I see where we're going with this. Highlighted weak spots from recasting sonar can overlap, increasing the damage multiplier. Oh, so it's less about revealing weak spots and it almost creates them. Okay, I was sort of under the impression that they had weak spots to begin with and this just shows them, but maybe it shows them and also applies a debuff. Resonance is an augment mod for sonar that creates another sonar wave when killing an enemy via weak spots. Oh man, the synergy. Okay. Combine sonar with an area of effect weapon to hit multiple enemy weak spots. You'll love to see it. Enemies closest to Banshee during Soundquake are dealt more damage. Okay, so we want to jump into the fray and pop the 4. Gotcha. Resonating Quake is an augment mod for Soundquake that changes the ability into a single powerful sound wave, dealing more damage at the epicenter of the cast. This is really interesting. I have not come across a frame yet that has mentioned, name dropped if you will, so many augment mods in the tips. So what I take from that is she's probably going to be like, she's probably going to benefit from augments a great deal. I'll be interested to see what you think, because usually like whenever I do one of these videos, you guys are like, hey yo, this augment is really good. I wouldn't be surprised if the consensus here is like, yo, all the augments are good / necessary. I don't know, we'll see how we go. I'm very interested so far. So let me think. Weak spots. I mean, like, to be fair though. To be fair though. You don't need to pinpoint weak spots when you got Kuva Brahma, you know? And we'll grab the my favorite Stropher, and that's it. Also modding. We must mod. It is imperative that we mod. Melee weapon damage increase. Maybe just... I might just do that, honestly. Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly. Maybe duration? The duration of sonar? Okay, so we can get the weak spots for a little bit longer. Fair enough. I'm convinced. I think I want duration here for sure. What about intensify? It's going to up the damage from Sonic Boom to like by quite a bit. And the strength so they yeet further? Oh, that's really interesting. I like that a great deal. Flow, I guess we'll throw on flow for the time being. And streamline. We'll see how we go. I don't know how energy hungry she's going to be. Don't forget the arcane individuals, please, at all times. All right, so let's jump into a survival, as is customary, and let's see how we go with Banshee. Okay, let's see what this looks like here. Hello, sir. Yes, this is a Wendy's, potentially. I mean, look, they know where I am. That's an issue for one. Look, I'm trying to wangle the passive here. What I really should be doing is yeet. Okay, it doesn't go that far. I'm already scared for my life. Please hide me. I'm at 19 health. I mean, the only saving grace here is Kuva Brahma. God, it's so good. Okay, alright. We need to get the drop on these individuals. I gotta be honest, I feel like less of the hunter and more of the hunted right now. Unfortunately, the Grenier have exceptional safety standards, so there is hand railing on everything, which kind of stems the tide of my yeet. Oh, I mean, this is... I can see myself having fun with this. Get out of here, buddy. Yo-tho. Get out of here. Get out of here. He don't want it. Oh, I don't want it too. I don't want it. Never mind. Okay, we've got sonar. So let's slide on in here. Excellent. That man has got a bung knee. That man's got a terrible shoulder. That man's just dead. Alright, I'll be honest. I think my weapons are just too good for sonar to even matter. I mean, I'm just playing with them now. Alright. Who's the prey now? Let's go. Oh, baby, yes. Let's go. Let's go. I've become the Sonic Roomba. That's what this is. Alright, we've got silence, and I'm hanging all my hopes on this one. Okay. So they get stunned. Oh, yo, the sound freaks out. Just like... Oh, it's just around me, isn't it? Okay, alright, this is fine. I got this. Oh! It makes us a plague of silence. Oh, this is heavy. This is huge if true. You know what? I'm already seeing it. Wait for it. Oh, the shotgun. Can you imagine if we had like Corinth Prime or something, which I do possess. I do possess Corinth Prime. Alright, I'm also feeling like maybe shields might be big tier. Okay, alright, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now I get it. Yeah. Up to this point, I was like, how the hell do you play Banshee? This is how you play Banshee, my guy. This is how you play Banshee right here. This is how you play Banshee. You asking me how to play Banshee? As if you don't know? Oh, baby, let's go. Get that silence going. Oh, yes. Let's go. Let's legitimately go. Commence the going. Okay, 100%. We want the biggest range imaginable for this ability. Oh, this, you know what? I'm down. I'm down. This is good. This is super interesting. This is a really unique way to handle stealth. And honestly, I'm here for it. Imagine the war crimes. Like you've never seen before. You ever seen war crimes? Yo, that's a war crime. In war crimes? Yo, that's a war crime. All right, I've taken a quick mod break. We've now got range here. We're going to pop sonar as well. And we're just going to start blepping weak spots. That man's weak in the penis. Anyway, I'm dead. Let's try a 4 here. Let's pop it. Okay, and it just keeps going. And it just keeps going until all energy is drained. That was lackluster, I'll be honest. But I'm sure it can be upgraded, and it will upgrade as we ourselves gain knowledge and power through the procurement of affinity. I mean, this is where it's at right here. You pop the 3, and everyone just buckles over. It's like transference food poisoning. Kneecap, brain cap, arm. That man can't live without his arm. And let's be fair, who could? That man can't live without his head. I mean... Alright, let's get the whole squad involved here. Pop it. I mean, yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot of damage potential there. I kind of feel like, I mean, again, like, it could upgrade. I mean, sure, it will upgrade. And benefit from mods, beyond a shadow of a doubt. But I just feel like there's a little more use in the 1, and a hell of a lot more use in the 3. As it stands, I don't feel comfortable wasting all my energy on popping that 4. Wow, alright, so interesting frame. I'm painfully aware of the lack of pogs so far in this episode. So let me express my thoughts so far. I'm seeing Banshee as similar to Hydroid, in that she is a frame from a bygone era when the game was a little bit different. I feel like she's going to be best served with a shotgun or just like something close range and keeping that 3 alive the whole time, and then occasionally yeeting individuals off of cliffs and whatnot. Maybe in a group, because like if she hasn't got the focus on her, it's going to be less of an issue, and she can just be like this slow food poisoning play going around all over the place, causing people to buckle over, and then the team wipes them out. That could be really good. She's like the walking debuff, which I really like. But as it stands, like she's kind of she's sort of a glass cannon that needs to get in close if you want to use that 3, is how I see her at the moment. She's tough. She's tough. But I really like the concept of it. I like the idea of playing around with stealth without invisibility, and I think on paper it's really compelling, and it could work. But currently, I'm struggling a little bit. So let's take a short break here to have a look at some of the augments. All right, let's run the gamut here. Sonic Fracture, Sonic Boom Augment. Enemy armor is reduced by 70% for 8 seconds. That seems useful. That in conjunction with Sonar, that like double debuff upon debuff. Interesting. I like that, and I would like to get my hands on that. I just got to check which syndicate pays out with Banshee mods. Anyway, next up we've got Resonance. Sonar Augment. Killing an enemy by shooting the weak spot will trigger another sonar for 100% of remaining duration. That is huge. Can you imagine having sonars triggered constantly as long as there is no lull in the action? Sonars for days. I love that idea, and I want that. That, to me, that's perhaps even a little more exciting than than Sonic Fracture, but... Alright, remember what I said earlier? I feel like she's going to be heavy on the augments. Considering how many of her augments, I think all of them were name dropped in the tips. I think she needs the augments. Alright, next up, Savage Silence. Silence Augment. Finisher damage is increased by 300% while silence is active. I'll be honest, I'm not... I'm not seeing the benefit in that, because doesn't the finisher... I don't think I've ever seen the finisher not kill outright. In fact, I wasn't aware that it couldn't. So, what's the benefit of finisher damage being increased? To me, on face value, that doesn't seem useful or even functional. But you guys let me know in the comments. Maybe I've missed something here. Moving on. Resonating Quake. Sound Quake Augment. Forgoes channeling to create a shockwave that deals 20 times damage at the epicenter, gradually weakening as it expands out. To me, that seems huge. Now, I don't know what it does to the cost, but considering that currently Soundquake basically is doing nothing and draining all of my energy, I think I like the idea of Resonating Quake. So currently, the only one that doesn't jump out at me is Savage Silence, but the rest of these augments I want, beyond a shadow of a doubt. We're going to do a little time jump here. We're going to do the stream. I'm going to get your opinions on Banshee during the stream, your tips and tricks. As it stands now, I think she's a frame from an older time, a bygone era. Really like the concept of her, struggling a little bit with how to use her right now. But I got theories. And I love the way she looks. She looks, oh man, I'm just scare-roused looking at her. Anyway, let's do the time jump, and I'll see you in a second. Oh, yo, check this out. All right, so Prime Fury, Primed Vigor, Primed Shred, Fire 8 times 2 for bows, plus Punch Through, Primed Shield Capacity. Yo, Vigor sounds huge, but bow is tempting me. Prime Fury, what even is that? I feel like, honestly, you guys are telling me right now, you're going, you're screaming Prime Fury, because I bet is going to be key in some very specific builds. This feels like the safe option, but this is the option we'll be taking. Alright guys, welcome back. So we've done the stream. I've gotten your thoughts and deep, salacious opinions on Banshee. There's a small group, as far as I can gather, there's a small group of you who is like, he's like, yo, Banshee's the bomb.com. And I respect that, 100%. She was described to me as the original glass cannon. Very interesting if true. So, I've modified my playstyle upon your guidance, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But first, let's have a look at mods real quick. So, as I anticipated, duration is key. Interestingly enough, some of you recommended against range, against using stretch, ability range. I didn't quite understand why. Something to do with not being able to kill them fast enough. But if I'm using ranged weapons anyway, I don't think that matters. But essentially, I think it's just to mitigate the potential for not killing silenced enemies quick enough. I will take that risk because I'm using a bow. I'm using a ranged weapon. I've also got Augur Message on there for more duration. I mean, you know me. I freaking love these mods. Maybe more than I should. I don't know. But just on face value, on paper, they seem really cool. Just a little bit of extra sprinkling of the things that I want. Duration, Intensify. Intensify is probably the first thing I'll take off if anything more interesting shows up. And we've got Flow as well. In fact, you know what? We'll sub out Intensify. We're throwing in Streamline. I think that's going to be a little more appropriate. Because to be honest, I'm not really using Sonic Boom. I'm not really using Soundquake. And it was confirmed by you guys that Soundquake is kind of like it's a maybe, it's a sometimes ability. That's fine. So we're going to be spamming 2 and 3. That is the key. So let's jump into a mish. We'll do some survival and we'll talk about Banshee. Alright, let's talk about Banshee. But first, let's murder these individuals. So, the new order of the day is 3 and 2 spam. So let's get that going. First up, we want to keep 3 up at all times. And then, further to that situation, we pop 2 wherever possible. We get the weak spots going, and that's like the whole thing, huh? We just keep going. We just keep going with that. We just keep going. Wait a second. How long is 3 lasting? Has it, like, kind of worn off? Looks like it's worn off. Hold on. Or is that, like, cooldown? What is going on? No, there we go. It seems to be working. Okay, here we go. That was odd. Maybe it wore off. You know what? That could be... okay. That might be what you guys were talking about in chat. In the sense that it wears off. And then they're no longer silenced and they're actually attacking me. Okay, fair point. So maybe it is actually worth reducing the range just so that I'm not pre-silencing enemies that I can't get to yet. Fair enough. Okay, at least the lesson has been learned there. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Let's get silence back up. Please, sir. This is a Wendy's. You love to see it. Oh, you love to see it. Pop it again. Let's go. Further to that information, please find attached a PDF document detailing how you will be sent to the Nether Realm. I got, like, so far, energy's fine. I'm feeling... I'm going to Spam Town here. I'm fully aware of this. See, that's a pretty large range on silence, actually. That's bigger than I expected. Was expecting, actually. But that's okay. That's okay. Keep that sonar going. This I like. This is good. She's like speed frame. You know, she's a little bit like Sanic frame. Not in the sense that she herself is fast, but you gotta be fast to deal with her, and that's okay. We like fast. We like fast. So my whole reasoning with the auger mods, in addition to you know just adding a little bit of degenés onto the whole situation. Oh, you love to see that. In addition to adding a little bit of degenés onto the whole situation here, my whole strat was if I'm spamming, then I'm constantly replenishing my shields. And so far, so good, I gotta say. Look, I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but you know. Toot toot, baby. Here we go. Okay, let's get that silence back up. Look, I feel fresh and ready, I gotta say. This is a comeback story, the likes of which you all haven't seen before. I mean, but to be fair, how many times have I started one of these videos like, oh, I don't know about this one, and then at the end I'm pogging out of my gourd. I'm not going to say that I'm pogging out of my gourd vis-a-vis old Banshee here, but I tell you what, she's working for me. Probably a little bit better than some of the other older frames who maybe are a little bit out of practice. I like Banshee. I do. I've gone from like Banshee seems pretty cool, but I don't know, to like Banshee seems pretty cool and I kind of know. And maybe that's all we can really hope for in this day and age, in these uncertain times. Just a little bit of not so much certainty, but rather a lack of uncertainty. I'm not uncertain, I'll tell you that much for free. Okay, we stack the sonar. So yeah, I do want to acknowledge that I am aware that sonar is stackable. So let's stack it as much as... I mean, you know, from the moment we can just spam it, that's great. It's also like a shield replenishment button, right? I mean, look, I gotta say, I may have cut a lot of it out, but I was dying a lot in that first run. You know, now not so much. Let's go. The shields shoot up. You love to see it. Honestly, of all the things you love to see, this is like S tier on them. On the tier list of things that you love to see. There you go. Look at this. Heavy tier right there. You slide into the piece. Oh, baby, yes. Okay. Look. Banshee's good. Banshee's good value. All right, here we go. Here's a perfect example right here. This is a great situation where large range would be beneficial on silence because they can't even come through the pipe. All right, Banshee. I mean, I should learn my lesson by now. There are very few frames that I start off going like, maybe this isn't for me, and then finish up saying, maybe this isn't for me. Banshee's won me over. She's straight up. She's not going to be in the main rotation. She's not going to be Protea, Nidus, Ivara at this point. Like, Ivara has really moved up. Like, holy shit. She's not going to beat him, but I like her. I like her a great deal. I tell you what, I am actually seeing the benefit in removing ability range here. What would I put in its place? That's an excellent question. You know what? Actually, this is what I'll do. I'll throw Intensify back in because that is going to increase the damage multiplier on Sonar. So, if we run something like this, I think I'm pretty happy. Because in that run, I did actually come across quite a few situations actually, where the range of silence was like I was shooting myself in the foot with it, because I would affect them, and then by the time I got to them, like turn the corner or whatever, by the time I found them, by the time I got to them, they had already like worn off, and presumably like there's some sort of immunity, like effectively, I guess, right? So okay, I see it. Does that mean that I got to like get in a little bit closer and be more close range? Possibly. And remember at the start of the video, I said that maybe she'd be good with a shotgun. Or just a general close range weapon, or melee, and maybe that's the strat. So maybe we forego the Kuva Brahma for the sake of this particular build. But I'm happy. You know what? I'm even you know me. I throw Augur Message and Augur Reach on friggin' everything. This is the first time where I've actually felt like it made like a lot of sense. The fact that I kept replenishing shields just by spamming abilities, huge. I was dying so much, and now I'm not. Now I feel capable, feel powerful. This is good. I like Banshee. I do. She looks great. She's like, looks-wise, she's one of my favorite frames. Incredible design. But you know, I like that older design. Oh man. All right, cool. Yeah, I think she's gonna go like mid-tier rotation for me. But you know, let's not get pogged out of our gourd here. The tier list is coming. We're getting through the frames. I've actually, like I've said, I've got a spreadsheet keeping track of all the frames that I have, how I got them, whether they were gifted or earned, and then whether I have done a video yet on them. We're getting through it. We're gonna get every frame. I'm telling you, every frame. It's gonna happen. And then the tier list. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments. What do you think of Banshee? What do you think of my build? Am I on the right track, barking up the wrong tree? Give me your tips, tricks, your build ideas. I definitely want to get some of those augment mods. I have actually switched over to Perrin's sequence from the Red Veil, because Perrin and New Loka just have all the mods that I want for the frames that I like. So Banshee is in Perrin, I think. So I'll actually get those soon, so that'll be great. But for the moment, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to gently caress that like button. Be excellent to each other, and I'll see you next time. Ricky Summer, out.